Hey everyone, and welcome back for another Wargaming terrain tutorial. This week I'm going to be looking at something a bit different, and something that for me was really quite surprising as well. I'm still here trying to take it relatively easy, and I'm checking out some different things that are out there for people looking to deck out a table or some shelves with Wargaming terrain without having to go all into the hobby right off the bat. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, remember to like and subscribe, but let's get stuck into it. Alright, this week I'm taking a look at a set of terrain that was sent to me from the guys over at Wayland Games. Now this is from the Warcradle Scenics range. As you can see, this is the Omega Defense line. There'll be a link to this one in the description below. Now these guys haven't paid for this video, and they've only asked that if I have a play around with this, I give them a shout out and let them know. So hopefully you can all trust that this is just me playing around and talking about this for the sake of sharing my experience with this and my thoughts on this set of terrain that we have here. Although I do have to say, I'm nearly always excited for new or different products that are available to our hobby. I think anything that promotes people taking a first step into playing war games or making terrain, painting miniatures, or anything, related to our hobby is a great thing. I don't have affiliate links to push or cutbacks from any sales of anything anywhere, so I promise I'm not pissing in your pocket here. This is just my thoughts on this set of terrain and my experience building it. A huge thank you to those wonderful people over at Wayland Games for sending this through to me. I was blown away with how great these looked in the end, and I got so much enjoyment out of working through this box of terrain. Most of the time when I'm building terrain, I'm planning the entire thing out to ensure I have the materials and tools I need, and honestly it nearly always feels like a 50-50 chance that it's going to work out in the end, right up until the very end of every project. So occasionally I like to take a bit of a break from scratch building, and this just turned out to be the exact kind of break that I like to take from time to time. Something I can just still make some things, but sit back and take the easy route and follow the path that's already been set out before me by someone else. So this was perfect. I don't need a lot of tools or materials to do this. I can just sit down and make some stuff. Previously I'd probably do this with some Lego or something like that, if I'm taking a bit of a break, but I have to say this was so much fun. This is a great range of amazing looking terrain. I mean, you have to check out the website. This set is just one of many that they have. A range of different themes. Hopefully I'll be able to show off some more of those on the channel in the future, because they are really great looking bits of terrain, and from what I've worked with here today, I am really satisfied. I had so much fun with this. This stuff here is actually 35mm terrain instead of 28mm, so this will be perfect for my 40k units to live in. Anyway, finding things like this, that just let people grab some glue and make up some terrain with a minimal amount of fuss and practically zero tools I used for this, although a craft knife and a little bit of sandpaper might be handy. But this turned out to be great looking terrain in the end, and I really thought it was worth sharing with you. I honestly had no idea that this kind of terrain was available, so for me, I was doubly excited to share it. I don't know exactly what I was expecting with MDF terrain, and I know now that I really underestimated how cool this stuff is and what they can really do with it these days, and how much fun it is actually just to build. Even though I'd seen what was in the box and on the packaging and on the website and everything, I was still for some reason expecting that I'd just be slapping together a few simple pieces of MDF and making a bunch of terrain in a really short amount of time. But what is actually here is really quite detailed. There's a lot of pieces. I think it turns out extremely effective as terrain, just as it is out of the box. The builds actually have quite a few details. Some of these can be a little bit fiddly in the beginning, but you can see how those details really add up and really sell this terrain in the end. So it's worth spending the time, I think, to play with it and make sure you get the glue ups just right so that everything works together. All this stuff is really precision cut, so it should go together perfectly as mine did. But I found putting these together was really satisfying for me. I love to scratch build, I love the problem solving nature of putting different materials together to make a realistic looking thing. But like I said, there are times I just want to rest my mind and, just follow some instructions, listen to an audio book, watch a movie or something. And this was somehow slightly more satisfying than maybe the Lego set, as I mentioned before, just because this is wargaming terrain, and for me that makes a bit of a difference. They're detailed enough that some of these might require a few hours to complete, but honestly I enjoyed all of that time immensely. It's a minimal mess and little to no tools required, as I said. You can start and stop this. I did some on the patio. You know, you can bring it inside, do it outside, whatever you like. I found this really easy to do. It took a lot longer than I originally expected, but to be fair, I didn't really know shit about MDF terrain. This was my first real play around with it, so the extra time to put this all together was heaps of fun. The instructions are really simple and easy to follow. These are precision cut pieces and they go together very, very well. Once I put these all together, they felt fairly solid. They're ready to go for the tabletop or for the shelf in my case at the moment. While I could paint these up or, you know, do more, add more details or, you know, integrate them into other pieces of terrain I think they look pretty good as they are for now. I'm not going to do any more at this point. I haven't completed everything that was in the box, partly because I'm savoring the process and holding on to a couple that I might do with my daughter soon, and partly because I'm running out of time to get this video completed. So there are a couple of pieces in the box that you may not see here in these pictures, but you can see these have all come together really nicely and they'll fit together really well with the terrain I've already created and some terrain I'll make in the future. So I want to again thank the people over at Wayland Games. You can purchase this as a set from their website or as individual pieces. If you like the look of the buildings and don't mind the idea of still spending some time building your terrain, then I can only recommend you try one of these for yourself. It's heaps of fun. So hopefully I'll be able to share some more of these with you in the future. So thank you, I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember to like and subscribe if you have. Thank you very much to my Patreon supporters. You guys are really great and making a huge difference at this end, so thank you so much. Take care and all the best to all of you. Thank you very much.